Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Wave. This time we have a very, very special episode with a very special guest. We're previewing Tulane's fourth straight conference championship appearance. This time we're going to be kicking off Friday night under the lights of Ullman against North Texas. A little rain, should be electric. I personally can't wait. I know a lot of Tulane fans feel the same way. Super excited to talk about this game with y'all. Very excited to have Nick Anderson on, a Tulane legend. Nick played for Tulane from 2019 to 2022 as a senior. He had 113 tackles, including 12 against Cincinnati in a conference championship playing game. He was a two-time AAC Defensive Player of the Week, scholar athlete for the Green Wave, participating in the 87th Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic, Cotton Bowl winner, CFL Rookie of the Year, future Tulane Hall of Famer. Nick Anderson, thank you so much for joining.
What's up, man? How you doing? I appreciate that intro.
Absolutely. It's so good to see you. I was talking to Isaac, my former co-host, good friend of the show now with ESPN, about you, just getting ready for this episode and the importance that you had not just on the Tulane Cotton Bowl team, but how you're still affecting this team today. We both agreed that if you weren't on that Cotton Bowl team in 2022, I don't know that Tulane is playing for their fourth conference championship in a row right now, just because of how you were able to play such a pivotal role in turning around the culture of that program. So, this game is not only a credit to all the players and coaches on the team today, but the ones that came before to help lay the foundation and build this. So, thank you for the legacy you've left at Tulane. I think I speak for all Tulane fans when I say we're proud to have you as a Tulane alumni.
Man, I'm blessed to be a Tulane alumni, man, and I just try to continue to just give back in any way that I can. Simply because Tulane just did so much for me. And so now that I'm on the other side of it, I see why guys come back and guys want to be a part of what's going on and try to offer advice and try to offer just guidance to the guys that's there because it's something that we love. It's something that we connect to. I feel like my teammates at Tulane are my brothers. The guys that I won a championship with are guys that I'll talk to for the rest of my life. And to just see that foundation that we kind of set continue to be held up is amazing to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Big game this Friday. We are one of three programs in the country right now to make a conference championship 4 years in a row, the other two being Boise State and Georgia. Also, no team in American Conference history has hosted the conference championship three times. Tulane will break that record when they host on Friday. And this is the first time that Tulane's gone undefeated at home, I believe, since 1998. I'll get that fact checked, though. Um, Big game, one of the biggest in school history, maybe the biggest. I think the biggest in school history was the Cotton Bowl, but there is an argument that this is the biggest just because it's essentially a playing game for the playoffs with the new format. So you were obviously a member of this Cotton Bowl team that we've talked about already a lot. I know you've been following this team. Where do you think this game ranks in terms of how big it is for the school? Obviously, we're in a different spot than we were 4 years ago. It was kind of like proving that you belonged, and now proving that we still belong. It's a whole different conversation. But where do you rank this in terms of how big this game is?
Honestly, I would say that this is the biggest game in the school's present moment. Simply because I feel like this game will set the trajectory of the program. Having been to four conference championships, we haven't won since 2022. So to win this game, despite all of the distractions with the coaching changes and with everything going on within the program now, I feel like it will set a trajectory for the next staff to be able to come into a team that has finally won the conference championship again, a team that has been ranked the past 4 years in the top 25, a team that makes the college football playoff, is going to go ahead and help us get over that hump to catch up with the rest of the college football world as far as being one of the top premier teams. And that's one of the reasons I know we probably won't get into the technicalities when it comes to the coaching and everything like that. But that's one of the reasons why this job is so hot right now. Everybody in the nation wants this job. It's because of where Tulane is right now. And I feel like winning this game on Friday is really going to set that trajectory to cement us as one of the top premier programs in college football.
Yeah, from the conversations that I've had with people behind the scenes, without saying too much, um, this is the most interest that
Right.
the people in power at Tulane now have ever seen in a Tulane head coach opening. So, you know, we've said it before. I'll beat this drum till there's no drum left to beat. But this isn't the same Tulane team or program that it was when I first got to Tulane 5 years ago. So incredible just to be in this position now. Really speaks to the job that a lot of people have done. One of the key factors heading into this game is the weather, football weather. As I know a lot of people like to say, it's going to be pouring, is what the forecast has. How do you think that's going to affect the game, and who do you think that benefits the most?
Overall, I feel like it benefits the team that can run the ball efficiently. It benefits the team that can focus on little details such as ball securities, limiting turnovers. Whatever team that can play the best defense, I always say defense wins championships. I feel like that's going to be true, especially with a heavy rain game. I know UNT has one of the top passing offenses in college football. It's going to be hard to just throw the ball all over the place, especially in the downpour in New Orleans. So I feel like that will work in our favor. But it's really just going to be the team that really, comes in on Friday ready to play at the highest level for a championship. You see it every year. Teams get upset in championship games or teams win championship games simply because they're coming in with that mindset like this is the true 1-0 game. This is the thing that we've really fought for. Nothing else matters. The loss that we had in week 7 or the win that we had in week 2 doesn't matter. Only thing that matters is making sure that this trophy stays in this stadium. And I feel like if Tulane is able to come in with that mindset, then they're going to be victorious.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of dogs on this team. It's one of the more talented Tulane teams that I've ever seen. Um, who do you think the Nick Anderson of this Tulane team is? I think I know where you're going, where you'll go with it, but I'd love to hear it from you.
Man, I feel like it's really only one guy, and I feel like if you ask anybody that's been keeping up with the team, they'll easily tell you that it's Sam Howard. And it's really just crazy um to just see Sam. And this past off season, I trained in New Orleans, and I got to have a lot of workout sessions with him. But to just see his work ethic, his attention to detail, his seriousness when it comes to his craft, when it comes to his leadership. It's really scary because he reminds myself so much of me. And it's crazy to just see that. Um, but just even the fact that when we was in the spring practice, when they were having spring workouts and I would come up to Tulane after the workouts to get my workout in, he literally would take his shoulder pads off, keep his practice pants on, and continue to work out with me. And my workout sessions go for about 3 hours. So we'll do a field session right after he just finished practicing for an extra 2 hours, and he hydrating and going on, enjoying the rest of his day, but trying to soak up as many information as he could from myself. And then to just see, this year, he ended up breaking his fibula. I broke my fibula and was out for a little bit. So to just see the similarities and just the way that he just approaches it like a pro every single day is very focused, very dialed in, very intentional each time that he speaks, each time that he just walks into that facility. It's just amazing to see. And so if I had to do a Nick Anderson comparison, I definitely would say Sam Howard, man. The way that he has been able to lead that team, to just be that leader, the way you were able to see him coming back from injury and the team just surrounding him, and just the energy that he brought even when he was injured. It just really just reminds me of myself, man. But credit to Sam, man. He's a great player. He's going to be playing for a long time. His career definitely won't end at Tulane. And I'm looking forward to him being a champion on Friday.
Yeah, you and me both. Sam Howard is definitely going to make some pro team very excited
Right.
wherever he ends up. I think Also, like you, a lot of people talk about Sam Howard and how amazing he is off the field, which is just as important, if not more important, than how you are on the field. But Sam Howard is a monster on the field too. I mean, you could see a noticeable difference between when he's available and when he's not available and what he brings to this Tulane defense. So he's definitely an X factor. Speaking of X factors, we have a couple questions from fans about this game that I would love to get your take on. Morgan wants to know who you think the X factor is on the Tulane defensive line heading into the game.
I think Santana is a true X factor. I think Cam Hamilton is an X factor as well. Simply because he was a young pup when we first started playing. And so to just see his development along the years. But I feel like they're definitely strength when it comes to position group is the defensive line. They really got some guys up front. They can really get after the quarterback, really push the pocket, really stone the run. But I'll say Santana, Hopper, and Cam Hamilton will be my two X factors on defense.
Yeah, great players. We have a loaded defense, which is going to be important heading up against North Texas. Has a prolific offense, not just in the pass game, but in the run game. We've talked a little bit about linebackers. We talked a little about defensive line. Nicholas wanted to know which position group you think is the X factor on defense, and I'd also love to know what you think about the offense as well. Which group do you look at and heading into this go? If this group has a big game, Tulane will win.
Again, I got to go up front with the D line, man. D line, a lot of people don't realize how much the defensive line and offensive line are able to affect games. You really, if you got a great D line and they're getting after the quarterback, in which UNT's quarterback is the conference offensive player of the year, if they're able to affect him, get him uncomfortable early, make him not be able to set his feet and make great throws, then I feel like that would just give us the edge. I mean, you go back to the 2022 championship game, we really affected John Rice Plumlee. That was UCF's guy. Like without him, they really couldn't operate that offense without him being able to run all over and make plays. They couldn't get the ball downfield. And so I feel like on Friday, if the D line is able to have a great game, rush the passer, hit him early, make him flustered throughout the whole game, then they will be successful. And then just going to the offensive side of the ball, man, I gotta go. I gotta go with the quarterback. Red laugh. I mean, like Jake is just like a great guy, man. A true humble guy. I haven't had the opportunity to meet him, but he's a dog, man. Like him being able to run, him being able to use his legs and his mobility to just keep the offense in any play. I feel like it's a true X factor. Whenever you got a quarterback that can take off like that, that doesn't mind, running, has that level of toughness to put his body on the line, to do whatever he has to do, that really energizes the offense and really energizes the defense as well. I mean, we saw Pratt run some guys over, truck some guys, do what he had to do. So when you see that from the quarterback position, one of the top leadership positions on offense, it always ignites the whole team to, do what they have to do to make sure that that guy is doing what he has to do.
Absolutely. Do you think before we head out here, could we get a score prediction going into the conference championship?
Score prediction is going to be a rain game.
Mm-hmm. That changes things a little.
It does change things. Score prediction, I'm going to say 21-17 Tulane.
All right, defensive game. That would be exciting. A defensive rain game, conference championship. Just it's what it's all about. We're at a 75% chance of rain right now, so maybe it won't happen. Probably will. I kind of hope it does. I think it's kind of exciting when a football game's happening in the rain. But man, what a time for Tulane athletics. This golden era just keeps on getting extended. So thank you so much for joining, Nick. Make sure we pack Yeoman this Friday. I know it'll be a sellout. Let's make history. Roll Wave.
Roll Wave, man. Appreciate you.